furniture, appliances, mattress. Fam.news.
It is a tale of two strategies. Are you going to discount heavily or strong financing offers? We have real insights into which one is working best right now. The Dos Marcos Show begins right now. Listen to this information we got from Genesis Credit. According to Experian, 40% of Americans have a FICO score below 700. That means 4 of every 10 sales are potentially lost because a customer won't qualify for enough credit or at all through traditional financing. Fact is, customers deserve a second chance at affordable financing, and no one believes that more than Genesis Credit. As the industry's premier second-look financing solution for over 20 years, Genesis provides high revolving credit lines for customers with FICO credit scores above 550. And Genesis wants retailers to know that, hey, if you're seeing lower credit lines and fewer credit approvals from your first finance option, let Genesis Credit take a second look. Find the right fit for your customers' financial needs at genesis-fs.com/thefam. Be honest, how much do you spend each year on product photography?
Aperture's the answer, Kinsley.
Products and more products and vignettes and tens of thousands of dollars in reshoots. I mean, the reshoots. And then it doesn't look consistent.
Aperture is the answer.
Look, the world's changed a lot. And one of the good changes is the tech driving Aperture.
Aperture is the answer.
All right, Quinn, you don't have to say Aperture is the answer anymore. So why don't you go ahead and tell them why?
Because it's the only tech company that Williams-Sonoma ever bought. And for good reason, Kinsley. They had the same problems with product photography, and now they don't. And now you won't.
Let's say you need a mattress photo. Boom. Place that beautiful bed inside Aperture's nifty 20 by 20 beauty box. Press a button, and the Aperture machine does all of the rest. All the lighting and cropping and shadows, all of it. And better yet, once you need a different background or different lighting, no reshoots. Your visual factory in a box does all the work.
And you know what? You save some money, you save some time, and you create product photography that can move at the speed of your ideas. Start today at outwardinc.com and tell them Dos Marcos sent you.
Because why? Aperture's the answer.
Welcome to the Dos Marcos Show with Mark Kinsley and Mark Quinn, where mattress and furniture leaders gather to grow, get the inside scoop, tell stories, and take tequila shots.
Uno, dos, tequila!
The galaxy's greatest mattress podcast has liftoff in
3, 2, 1. Let's enable 7, 8.
Welcome to the Dos Marcos Show. He's Mark Quinn. I'm Mark Kinsley. And this is an episode I'm so excited about because we have real insights about retailers, top 100 retailers, that are promoting with discounts or promoting with financing offers. Before we get there, though, Quinn, nice job on the wardrobe change. You had some dribbles.
Yeah. Well, I had spilled crap all over me. So I'm like, I can't do a show like that. So your shirt says Goose. So should I get one that says Maverick? You think that would be cool?
You like that shirt?
Is that like a bed bug? It looks like a cockroach.
No, Goose is, it's a bee. I don't really know what it means, but I was at the Goose concert. It's one of my favorite bands. And for the first time in their history, they came and played in Arkansas. They were at Fayetteville at JJ's Live. And so I went with some of my boys down to the Goose concert, and they just blew the doors off of it. They're a jam band, and they are super talented. A lot of people like, Fish and some of those bands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you're like a groupie, in other words.
Yeah. I'm a groover, man. I just get in there and groove with everybody.
So when they're all together and you go hang out with them after the shows and take shots of tequila and stuff, if they're all collectively together, do you call them the Geese?
I do. I call them the Geese. and I try not to wear their shirt to those gatherings because then I just look like a fanboy, right?
Well, yeah, but do you ever see them like sporting the Dos Marcos t-shirt or something like that?
Yeah, naturally, of course. They're fans.
Naturally.
I mean, we do.
They're fans.
It's the galaxy's greatest mattress podcast.
They got to know about
us. Check this out. According to us as well.
Yes.
What do you think? retailers out there, some big retailers are discounting heavily. And then in a tale of two strategies, you have another group that's promoting strong financing offers, like same as cash type offers. So if you were going to just say at face value, heavy discounts or strong financing, which of these is working best with consumers right now?
Wow. Either or. I don't know that it is an either or. I think it's a yes and. I think that because of where everything is now, I think people are trying to figure out any way they can to bring consumers to the table. And so I think it's deep discounts. I think it's focus on promotional categories. I think it's it's sweetening the pot on the financing offers. I mean, the people are trying everything they can.
Well, they are trying everything they can. Anecdotally, I will tell you.
But you think there's an either or. So so is it finance offers?
Anecdotally, I will tell you there is a clear winner.
Okay.
And the clear winner is promoting strong financing offers.
So there you go.
It costs less, number one. It costs less to promote strong financing offers, same as cash style offers, as opposed to offering like heavy discounts or 20% discounts. That's really going to hit your bottom line versus a financing offer. And here's the deal. Here's what I think is going on in the consumer's mind at this point. People understand that they've delayed buying a home, or maybe they're seeing just interest rates being reported on TV heavily as being at all-time highs, not all-time highs, but all-time highs for some people who are, have been in the credit market during their lives. So these really high interest rates, the media attention, the delays in home buying, this is causing people to say, well, if I'm going to get financing, I've got to make sure it's really good financing. And so these same as cash offers and these aggressive financing offers are driving more business for retailers. Does it surprise you?
It doesn't surprise me. What's interesting in the commentary, I think, is that if you have a deep discount on product, that's a certainty that you're going to take the hit. If you blow hard on financing deals, it's not a certainty, meaning some people aren't going to do it. Some people will opt in for cash. They'll get, you get them in the door, you get them in there thinking, oh, cool. We'll just like throw it on a card, 6 months, no interest, a year, no interest, whatever it is. But maybe they get there and they make a different decision. So it's not 100%, right? So I can see that. And, I was reading something and I'm scanning it right now, but, more people are putting debt onto their credit cards, and personal savings is dropping drastically. And I think that's just, pretty expected given inflation and things like that. So yeah, I think people are really relying more on credit. I totally get that. And by the way, did you just make this up, Kinsley, or are you talking about data points that you may actually be able to quantify?
Gwen, I did say multiple times, anecdotally.
Okay. Anecdotally.
Now,
no, but we did some research on financing.
This is on good authority. Now I'm talking about in our category too. I'm talking about furniture and mattresses, mainly in the mattress side of the business. Anecdotally, top 100 retailers, it was a tale of two strategies. One was going after deep discounts. Right. Separately, we have visibility into these businesses and how they're doing. Separately, one was just going after financing offers, not discounting. And they were the clear winner. And, the other thing about the financing piece of the puzzle, of course, you probably heard the message for Genesis at the very beginning of the show, learned a ton from them about secondary financing and how, you got a lot of people out there that want to get this problem solved all at once, meaning they want to get the furniture, they want to get the mattress, they want to get the headboard, they want to get it all done. And if they have this line of credit that's available, then they're going to be able to solve that problem now, meaning you got them in the door. Thankfully, now that they're in the door, they got to be able to have the money to buy all the things and do it all at once. And that's where that credit piece comes into play. And then, the really smart retailers that I've seen are taking their credit profiles and they're re-engaging the consumer and saying, hey, you still got $1,000 on here on your line of credit. And you previously, bought the mattress, for example. Do you need to, get the adjustable base? Or that's just one example. If you get a dining room set and, you get some, sideboard or a buffet or whatever it might be. So using that credit profile to create recommendations on logical extensions of those purchases. It's really smart.
Well,
and clearly financing is working right now.
Yeah, and it connects you to the consumer, right? I mean, they open an account and now they're in your universe, and so you have the ability to speak to them and to market to them thanks to the credit card. And yeah, I was kidding you because I know we've done some research. I thought you were referencing one of the juicy nuggets that we got out of our research, so that's why I was setting you up. But my bad. That's where I was going with that. I wasn't trying to call you out for bullshit. You don't even know what you're talking about. That wasn't the point. Although I'm not above that. I'm not above that, but
well,
no, man. I think
usually we kind of protect each other. Whenever you smell a little bullshit, you're like, all right, I got to help Kinsley out here.
Yeah, I really thought you were going to go, as a matter of fact, Quinn, and pop up the slide that showed 87% of the consumers said this. That's what I thought you were going to do. So that's hilarious.
Hey man, just remember,
my bad.
You gotta be Maverick if I'm gonna be your goose. Okay.
I thought I was your wingman, bro. I thought I had you. I really did. No, but we have done a lot of research around finance, and we've had a lot of those guys on the shows recently. And so I think it's an interesting thing. I think it's always a big part of our business, right? The mattress category and big ticket. The cool thing about financing too is when you get that open to buy from the consumer because of their credit card, then all of a sudden price points can tick up, right? Because now they know that they've got and then, a lot of guys can say, I like making it bite size or like snackable content. So they're saying, hey man, like that's less than $1 a day. You can be in that bed, like that kind of language. So the consumer goes, wow, okay. So would I give $1 a day to sleep on that bed that is going to deliver a different quality of life for me and my family? Hell yes. Where do I go? And if you're connecting those two things, then even better, right?
Yeah, it's a great way to break it down, make it palatable. Yeah, I've learned a ton about financing. It's just such a huge part of our business too. And I think one thing I've learned is that you also need all these different financing options because you got your prime, you got, your secondary and your tertiary, but a lot of people need financing. And if you look at some businesses that you would not believe the amount of volume they do in the mattress category, you're talking about companies that are basically financing companies, and those are the rent-to-own operations. Oh, yeah. These rent-to-own operations are basically built around this entire idea of providing a level of financing for people who need different products. And so if you look at those businesses a little bit closer and understand how they operate and how they talk to the consumer, the language they use, the ability to build ticket, all those different things, these are basically financing companies first that offer product. So there's a lot there to unpack, especially as we head into times of uncertainty, or maybe you're living in times of uncertainty. I think it's one of those moments where you got to lean in and get more creative. Speaking of that, we've got a couple of episodes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
We got a couple of episodes. Hey, you just keep flying, yes. Maverick. Okay.
I'm flying. I just didn't want you to leave the creative comment, so I'll circle back to that. So finish your thought.
No, go right ahead. Let's go right there. I was about to make a smooth transition, but now it's all rocks and bumps.
I sensed that you were going to transition. So that's me putting on my co-pilot seat here, and I didn't want you to transition just yet because you said creativity, and I was going to make the comment that qualify. Right, we talked about Genesis and the research and how much we've been learning about the finance space, and there's real innovation in it also, right? Because of what Qualify is doing and the way they're getting that waterfall down and making it super easy for the consumer to have the experience, and they're really focused on the customer journey and one look into their credit, and then it matches them with the perfect finance vehicle. So we're lucky to get to learn from both of those guys. So just a little props out there to Qualify and Boomer. Can't hear you.
I was hearing from Trent Ramberger also about Qualify, and he said they've got some of the best trainers, and it's completely changed the way that he thinks about speaking to the consumer based on the training he got around financing. And really? I'm like, man, if you could take Trent Ramberger to school on anything when it comes to retail and talking to the consumer, you know that there's something magical happening. And it was just small adjustments in process and language that opened up all these different possibilities for the consumer. So maybe we can get him on at some point to talk more specifics on that, because I know it's a little bit vague, but it is something to lean into, especially get with your financing partners and say, hey, help us get creative here. What can you help us understand about the consumer, our training process, or, the door to desk that gets us, more business. So, and what I was going to say about leaning into, times of uncertainty, if you haven't checked out the furniture, appliances and mattress marketing show, the FAM marketing show, Adrian and I host that, and we had Eric Grinley with Esquire Advertising on the show recently, and a couple of these episodes are going to come out soon. So definitely subscribe and get connected. But there is some absolute fire of episodes that are going to come out. And one of the things we talked about with Eric was this idea of recession proofing your advertising. So we talked about financing, but he's talking about recession proofing your advertising. But he gets into this idea that back in 2008, whenever the economic recession hit, and we had this major global financial crisis. Back then, Ashley Furniture was big, but they weren't the behemoth that they are now. And what did they do differently than many other companies? They leaned into their advertising, their product development, their marketing, building their business. And so we talk about this all the time, but now's the time to actually lean into building your business, because on the other side of it, if you stay lean and mean and you stay aggressive and you use these, financing offers to grow your business, and you gain more consumers, you gain more market share, on the other side of it, the odds are pretty good that some people are not going to last. I'm starting to see some of that data as well. And that means you're going to come out stronger and better and ready to capture, more of the people in the market that you can serve.
Mark, I'm so glad you brought that up. Number one, I cannot wait to listen to that show. And by the way, not for nothing, congratulations to you and Adrian. Really more Adrian. I think she's carrying you, quite honestly. But congratulations. She is, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. No, she's so great, right? But anyway, the growth you've already had on that show and the audience size you guys have attract really makes me happy, and it's great because you guys are putting out great content there. But anyway, neither here nor there. Talking about Eric though, I want to hear that show. I'm so interested in what they're doing. I know they're on the front line. They're doing some really innovation stuff for marketing and advertising. I'm so excited. I have so many questions, and I want to listen in on that show. Because that is the future, the way that they communicate to people. And it is an attention-based economy, and the way they're breaking in and meeting people where they are. It's freaking brilliant, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's really cool. And for those that don't know, Eric is the CEO of Esquire Advertising, and they do a ton around device targeting. So they know who's in market shopping for furniture and mattresses, and they're able to connect with consumers. We've got the episode that's actually going to be up this Friday, actually this Thursday, is all around this idea of how do you get into advertising with streaming TV. And it's such a pain, and there are so many different hands in the honeypot that it gets really expensive. But this is a medium that so many furniture and mattress retailers built their businesses on. TV. They know how to make great creative. They know how to make promotions. They know these days they need to understand that they're actually driving traffic to your website first. That's where consumers are going to start versus your store. But how do you cost effectively target people who are sending off signals via their cell phone that I'm in the market for a mattress? How do you find them? Well, Esquire Advertising knows how to do it. And now they've integrated with Roku. So their data is fully integrated with Roku. Well, Roku pushes out on all the different apps and all the different streaming platforms. So you can serve up ads to the right person and not spend a ton of money. They're getting people into this market for like $1,500 a month. Whereas streaming TV in the past was so unbelievably expensive. And then on top of that, here's the real creme de la creme. They're able to map back the results of your streaming TV ads and connect it to purchase behavior. So they know if somebody actually came into your store and purchased.
I was talking to Scott at Google about a lot of trends around this stuff in geofencing and being very specific. And he was kind of mirroring some of that, Kinsley. What I love about the Esquire thing is they've got the streaming. So you have broadcast, right? And then they tighten it up into the funnel of literally geofencing the actual customer. So you kind of get the top of the funnel and the bottom of the funnel with them. And so I think that's really compelling, especially with what you were saying at $1,500. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, take a deeper dive with us. Head over and get the FAM Marketing Show. You can, if you just subscribe to the newsletter, you'll get it. So go to fam.news and subscribe. And I know we covered some ground in terms of talking about, we started off talking about discounting heavy versus promoting strong financing offers. It is a tale of two strategies. Let us know what's working for you right now. Head over to LinkedIn. You can send us an email. You can chat with us. Go and actually text us on our website. I want to know: are you discounting and it's working, or are you promoting strong financing and it's working, or are you doing something completely different that we need to know about? All right, come on, give up the goods. We want to talk about it. All right, Maverick.
All right, Goose. Hey, listen, everybody. Thanks for listening. No matter where you listen, treadmills, gyms, in the shower. It doesn't matter. Just thanks for tuning in, and leave us a review. And most importantly, tell somebody, because we want them here.
You can bounce on it. Yeah, bounce with it, bounce with it. Bounce with it, bounce with it. All right. What is a hybrid? It's like peanut butter jelly, peanut butter chocolate. Hybrid so tight, there's no way that you could topple it. Hybrid on my wrist, that's a calculator watch. We add ourselves together and we take it up a notch.
Got the airflow, yo, keep you cool as it get. Visco foam alone to make you drip sweat. Get a hybrid mattress, yes, you'll get better rest. Cool and comfortable, hybrid like a sweater vest.
You know the game, we're ahead of the sun. Cause the two of us together are way better than one. Cause I'm cool as ice
and I'm hot like a heater.
Bounce by the ounce, now we got it by the liter.
Well, you take a spring and you wrap it up right. You can sleep so smooth or bounce all night.
Yeah.
Put two together, get a whole lot more. Get the feel of the comfort core.
You can bounce on it.
Lay back, you don't have to practice. It's the best thing to happen to your mattress.
Yeah.
Get together to do it like I did. Everybody get hybrid.
If you want somebody to get in your vicinity, you probably want to feel a little bit of a hybridity. Foam alone, out of 5, maybe 1 star. Springs and foam, we're taking care of that lumbar. Mad back support, the best way to shack up or just get rest that won't mess your back up.
Like a hot chick mixed with a particle physicist or a mullet. Party in the back of the business. Best of both worlds like Mars and Venus.
The ultimate hybrid.
Nothing short of genius.
Keeping it loose while keeping it tight. We can make you sleep or play all night. Put two together, get a whole lot more. Get the feel of the comfort core.
You can bounce on it.
No stopping when the beat gets played back. Springs keep it popping, foam keeps it laid back. Party over here, get invited. Everybody get hybrid.
Listen, doesn't matter if your kitchen is charming when your bedroom's the most important part of the apartment. What kind of bed do you keep back there? Does your girl want to chill on a beanbag chair? Hell no!
You need springs and foam, cause if that bowling ball don't bounce, you'll be sleeping alone.
And if the bed don't react, then you can't get low. We got the type of bounce that won't spill your Merlot.
So stick with us and you'll get rewarded.
Cause I'm so gentle
and I'm so supportive.
Hybrid is where the magic is.
And we just killed a song about mattresses.